I'm of course not Connor Tobin. I'm just using his account here. So thank you, Connor, for that. What a captain. But yeah, I thought we could just kind of go around. I'll just kind of call you guys out. If you could just tell us where you are right now, just so we can see how far we're ranging here. David, you want to start us off?
Sure. So I'm in Orlando. I'm the original Mingos on Twitter, and my kid luckily outside, so on top of the team's been interesting with trying to take care of the kids and work and all that stuff.
Awesome. Thanks, David. Andrew, president of the flock.
It's on mute. Used to doing video chat meetings on mute when I'm not talking. Yeah, I'm out in Middleton. That's where I live, working from home all this week, trying to not get too stir crazy. Thankfully, I've got good friends and good coffee.
Wake the flock up. Awesome.
I'll drink to that. Yeah.
John, what about yourself?
I'm downtown Madison right now, so across the street from the lovely scenic Red Rock Saloon, which has thankfully been quiet for the last week or so, both for my own sanity and for the fact that we don't have a couple hundred people all dancing up in there. So.
Yeah, probably safest. Dan, what about yourself?
Hey, so Dan Hamilton. I'm actually at work right now on the east side, so taking a little early lunch break so I can hang out with you guys for a little bit this morning. So
I like that.
Yes. So my wife's working from home back in Evansville, but I'm working on some of this project right now with everything that's going on in the city. So, but I'm just happy to be here with you guys, and always looking forward to taking you guys with us when we travel. So whenever we get the chance to do that again and see you guys underneath the bright lights, we're ready to go.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Logan, how about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm currently in Milwaukee right now.
414, baby, rep it.
It's dope, but yeah, so it's just trying to balance working from home and doing school right now. I go to Marquette, and so. But yeah, it's kind of a challenge since we moved everything online, but I got a kid at home now, so it's kind of like hard to do things when we have a 10-month-old, just kind of crawling around everywhere. But it's taking a good break this morning. So
awesome, cool, good to have you. A lot of shout outs to Louis.
We have a lot in common, except I don't think I have a kid.
Yeah, we know.
But congratulations.
Tim, welcome as well. Thanks for joining. If you want to just give us a shout, kind of where you are and what's your situation right now.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Tim Gotti. I am at home. I'm a fourth grade teacher here in Madison. So not doing anything right now, just kind of waiting to get direction of what our role will be to help out kids and families as everything's going down right now. But just trying to stay as connected as possible.
Did the school hand out tablets or computers to the fourth graders to do work online?
Madison's in a slightly different situation. Our school, we have a bunch of schools in the district, and they're in different generations of tech rollout right now. And my school is in the last generation of tech rollout, and so we were kind of in the works to go to one-to-one devices, but because we don't have that, and because of that fraction of the district not having that, I don't think that they can promote online or learning right away. It would be an inequitable kind of prerogative. So we're kind of in a holding pattern, and it's difficult because in my classroom, I use a lot of those things, but I can't really engage them right now as an agent of the district.
Right. So do you have any sort of other means of getting work out to the kids? Like, do you send packets, pamphlets? Is there like a push to like maybe send some stuff over to them just to keep them engaged, or is it more of like a wait and see type of situation?
Yes to both. I know that the school district is trying to like send out paper information to families which is nice. And I know a lot of things right now are just going to be do what we can right now. But in all honesty, from a teaching standpoint, I don't even know like what the information is they're sending out. And, you know, you have a classroom full of kids with different learning needs and different abilities. And so you send a packet home, that's not going to work out well for everybody. And it's not going to work. I heard the other guy, Logan, talking about having a kid home, you know, his student is going to be very different than the next student, and how that family interacts with it too is going to be pretty challenging.
Yeah. Dang.
Well,
Happy to have you here, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It makes all of us appreciate the teachers who have been taking care of our kids all this.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden the kids show up at our back at home. We have to figure out how to both and teach. So we need to double your.
Yeah.
Thank you.
teachers.
Yeah, guys, we'll take drink coffee shot for the teacher.
Yeah, I'll drink to that.
But guys, we'll take everything kind of informally here. If you've got any questions for the guys, feel free to just kind of shoot it out, and I'm sure they're pretty open books these days. So ask away as you'd like.
Oh well, Kuba, we'll say what we're doing. We're at the Countryside Apartments, right off the Beltline. It's where a lot of the team stays. Obviously, like much of you guys, we've been kind of sticking to our apartments. It's we've kind of got a little creative because our gym actually closed 5 days ago.
Yeah.
So now a couple of guys who have basements with quite a bit of space down there, we've turned into kind of
homemade gym,
mini homemade gyms. If you guys follow Don Smart on social media, I apologize for his lack of t-shirt, but obviously you can see his what he's been doing, and we've all been doing kind of similar stuff to that, just to kind of
been a lot of improvisation, I would say.
Yeah.
For sure. So we kind of either break it up into groups or just do it one by ourselves. But we live up on the hill, so sometimes we'll do hill sprints, or at least I do. So ran into some wild turkeys. So I know if we ever run out of food, then I might have to go do some hunting. But just that's a joke. I wouldn't do that, I don't think, unless it really came down to it. But no, it's been
I'm calling Peter.
it's been interesting, but it's been fun.
Yeah, I was telling Kuba last night, it looks like it could be like a Wes Anderson movie plot. You got the whole team staying in the same house together, quarantine.
Yep. It feels like.
What kind of unusual stuff are you having to do workout-wise outside of like the hill sprints outside to stay fit, stay active, stay ready to go if the quarantine's lifted?
For me, I think a lot of the stuff I think we're doing that we normally do in like a gym setting or on like the field is a lot of body weight stuff, which is definitely familiar. I think the most unusual thing, or like the weirdest thing, is like working out in the living room. So it's like where you sit and watch TV, or I know some guys are working out in their bathroom just to like not be sweaty and gross everywhere out, stuff like that. So it's like the unusualness of working out, where you're taking a shower or like dropping one, or like where you watch TV or like stuff like that, where you're like, am I really doing this right here, right now? And it's like, well, if this is what it takes, to stay fit and kind of keep the mind at ease through doing that and the body, then that's what it is. But it was like kind of funny the first time just kind of doing it like there, because other than kind of stretching, the living room's just meant for, plopping on the couch and chilling and watching TV.
Right. I think it's just also about getting creative too, finding different ways, obviously, other than body weight, to create resistance. So, whether that's putting your foot up on the stairs to do a rear foot elevated split squat, or holding, whatever, a milk carton bicep curl or whatever. It's just at this point, because we don't have some guys don't have, a kettlebell, or don't have a dumbbell, or don't have any elastic bands, so they got to get creative. So I think that's probably.
I think I almost broke your coffee table yesterday trying to do a dip.
So we apologize if there's furniture broken because we're just out here trying to get creative, trying to stay fit.
I was doing a dip yesterday, if you guys can believe it or not, and it was like one of these little tables that are on the side of the couch, and I just heard a, and I was like, I don't think that's my back. I think that's the table.
So now the one downstairs, the coffee table downstairs.
Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good.
That's all right. I don't use.
Don't put that on record, Kuba.
Yeah, I'm gonna delete that. So hopefully the guys from the countryside aren't watching.
Doing back and editing this stuff.
Yeah. Guys, you had the cooking show this a few days ago, where you could learn some recipes. How have you guys been eating?
What have we been eating? I haven't really used the crock pot yet. I want to try it out just because it seems like a very efficient tool to use to cook. But I usually start my meals out in a week, and I'm just that type of person sometimes where I'll make the whole everything I need for the week on a Monday or Tuesday, and just go through it every day until it's gone. So I'm actually finishing up the last of what I've just made, basic standard pasta with some meat sauce. But yeah, I would say I'm I don't complicate things too much in terms of my cooking.
He's not a complicated guy, Kuba,
Yeah. So but if there is stuff I think a couple weeks ago I made a red curry paste, or like a red curry. So I might do that again just because that was good. But yeah, I'm a fairly simple person when it comes to cooking.
Kuba, don't let him fool you. Like you, he's Polish. He's mowing the kielbasa every day, lunch, dinner.
That's the secret, though.
He's 3 foot long.
Yeah, we've got our own little setup downstairs, and we make our own kielbasa.
We're actually drying our own.
Yeah, we got the smoke shop out here in the back, so we'll probably be doing that.
Kuba, I will say, so I live with Paulo and Gustavo, and I try to cook quite a bit, but Paulo has been cooking a lot, and he just made a Brazilian dish the other day. I always butcher the name, so I'm sorry to all the Brazilians. Do you remember?
Don't know how it's called.
It's
you're close though.
Fajeda, or
it's basically
something.
A mixture of rice and sausage, right?
So
like that.
What he did was he soaked these black beans for 12, 13 hours, and then he actually had this sausage, little bit of pork, and then onions and garlic, and then we put through it in this big crock pot, and then just kind of let it sit for a while, and then had it over rice, and it's really good. He can cook, I will say that.
Yeah, I was walking past their apartment the other day, and I just had to stop and back and just reverse it because the smells were so nice, and I wanted to walk in, but I don't know if they would share or not. I might have to ask them to share a little bit next time.
It was on the same day I actually made a chili, and let's just say I had a lot of leftovers of the chili, and but rightly so, because what Paulo made was that much better. But yeah, I've been making chili. I try to woj, throw some stuff in the crock pot, or.
Well, I'll definitely be trying that those recipes that you guys gave us, or that Adam gave us.
Yeah.
The other day from the cooking show. Yeah, that was some good stuff.
That was really good.
Anything that's efficient, that's quick to make. Just, I like to spend time in the kitchen, not too much, but there's days where I like to get creative. But right now it's just been, now's the time to get creative. So we'll see. I might have to whip up some cool stuff.
Woj and I are recently big on the Trader Joe's trend.
Trader Joe's, it's where it's at.
So I had a butternut squash ravioli the other day from Trader Joe's. That was pretty good with vegan pesto, which I didn't think would ever see myself saying, I'm big into the vegan pesto, but that was good.
Yeah,
that was really
they got some cool stuff over at Trader's. That's why I like going over there.
It's pretty cheap too.
And I think they've got. Traders doesn't have the Just Coffee. What? Traders doesn't have this Just Coffee, does it?
I don't think they do.
Trader Joe's.
Only
if you don't
festival.
have
I've seen it
this,
at festival.
Wake the Flock Up coffee by Just Coffee.
You can smell it out from the bag.
Yeah,
It smells fantastic.
it's vibrant and loud and unwavering.
Sing for the boys.
Louis, is that the stuff with kale in it?
Is it? Ooh, soccer fun.
The pesto.
Oh,
pesto.
I was
Yeah, no,
going to
not the
say the
coffee.
coffee. What?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the kale, maybe cashew, like.
Yeah,
So,
that's good.
yeah, it's really good. I really like pesto. I try to throw it kind of on a lot of the stuff.
That's gonna be my go-to.
A lot
The
of the
next
stuff
one
I
I'm making
have.
is a pesto for sure, because I've got a whole thing of the pesto
Yeah.
waiting for me. So if you guys want to know what I'm making next, pesto.
You guys should put out a cookbook of all your recipes you're coming up with at this time.
Or do a cooking show or something.
Yes.
I will say I did this is gonna sound weird, but it was like a pasta dish without the pasta. So I like had onions, asparagus, mushrooms, garlic, and then I like cooked all that up, and then I put pesto over it, and then I had, what else did I put in there?
So
and
what
then
did
I
you use
put
rice or use?
no, and then I put
Use-
like ground hot Italian sausage,
Okay,
and then just like stirred it all up and had it in a bowl. So
interesting.
it's like a veggie.
yeah.
It's like a veggie ground. I don't know what to call it. Wouldn't you say
You
it's like a
use
pasta?
Louis special.
The Louis.
The Louis special, dude. Next time.
My wife's
I think we need another name.
so homemade pasta and homemade pesto pretty often here. We have basil growing all year long.
Nice.
That's one thing. If the weather was nicer, we could start our own little herb garden.
Right. We have we have plenty of
Yeah, that
room around
sounds
here to
good.
do that. So the pesto specialist.
I have a question for you guys, and maybe Kuba, you can speak to this too. Have you noticed that situations like living with teammates and kind of interacting with them are similar in different places of the country, on different teams, just kind of getting along, cooking with each other, interacting?
Yeah, I think we're pretty open guys. I mean, for most guys here that have played at different clubs for however many years they've been playing, I think you have to be kind of open to the fact that you're going to be meeting new people, and these guys are going to be guys that you see day in and day out for the next 8 to 9 months. So living at the apartments and being all together definitely helps in terms of building like team camaraderie and building the chemistry and building relationships. So yeah, it definitely helps to be living close by each other and being able to walk across the hall and just open the door and know that Louis in there, cooking or playing Call of Duty or whatever. Or
That's not me. That's Gustavo.
That's Gustavo.
I'm terrible.
So yeah, it helps when everyone is all close together, and I think for most of the guys, they're open to meeting new people, and like you said, we're obviously teammates, and we see each other pretty much every day. If it's not on the field, then we see each other off the field. So we're a close group of friends and brothers, I guess you can say, as we were going to go through some battles.
I can throw in my 2 cents on this. I think on the, like you said, kind of not to like compare to other teams or past teams, but I've been obviously overseas a few times in different countries, and kind of dynamic, obviously there being in a whole different culture, and then guys coming from obviously a different culture. So you kind of bond over that, being in another country, bond over that, this is new to me, this is new to us, so let's get through it together. I think here we have guys from obviously Brazil, Trinidad, Japan. Even though they have been in the States for a while, they still bring like a different culture, especially in the kitchen or, music, this and that. And I think what is definitely more special about this team than maybe other teams that I've been on is kind of what Woj was getting at, is the acceptance of that, and kind of the the willingness to learn and to almost enjoy and learn to enjoy that. Not everyone's gonna like certain food or certain types of music, but just allowing the different cultures and different types of people that you live with, to kind of do their thing and respect that and kind of share what everyone else brings to the table is big. And I think here we do that quite well and pretty open to that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the other cool thing is you get to know somebody off the field pretty well. But the really cool thing for at least me, and I think Louis probably thinks this as well, is spending so much time with the guys on the field, you get to really understand how they play and their personalities off the field and their personalities on the field in terms of their character, what they do on, how they carry themselves on the field, what their tendencies are, how to be able to see what one player likes to do, where they want the ball, how their movements in relationship to where you are positioned. Those are all things that obviously right now we can't work on, but those are probably the most exciting things in terms of building into the season. Going from preseason to the regular season is learning how to understand each other off the field, but more importantly, learning how to understand each other on the field, which is kind of, how it all comes together in the end. So hopefully that happens soon, which is.
And it's the last thing I'd say. It's funny to see, different characters on the field versus off the field. Definitely like at the apartments, sometimes the toughest guys on the field and like the meanest guys on the field have a little different persona than off the field. You didn't hear it from me, but I know that Josiah has these little pink fluffy sandals that he likes to wear around. On the field, I don't know if you'd tell anybody that. You'd probably smash right through them. But that's an interesting and funny part to see, guys' personalities off the field kind of come to fruition.
I think there's a lot of similarities. I think you can
there
take a look at a guy like Paulo, like very loud, very vibrant, very unwavering type of personality for sure. Off the field,
there are similar ones, and then there are some that you would say like
right?
they're pretty opposite.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been fun. It's just we've waited so long, especially with the USL 1 season starting a little bit later in comparison to the USL Championship season. So at least for me, having to wait that extra couple weeks, I was itching to just get into it. And now obviously with this whole thing going on, we had to put things on hold, which kind of sucks, and we're away from it all. But we do well with supplementing that here with our home workouts, which are probably coming soon. So you guys will be seeing that. So yeah.
Kind of going off that, like how much, like the longer we go on in like this situation, how's that going to affect like the on-field chemistry? Like I know you kind of talked about like how off-field you guys kind of gel and whatnot, but like longer this goes on, the longer you guys aren't on the pitch together. And then from the moment you guys can train all together and then games, like how much sort of the time period do you think it'll take you guys to start gelling? Like
we might have to honestly create some sort of game down here, like a soccer tennis type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get some competitive juices flowing.
Yeah.
I think we'll have enough time once we do get back into the flow of things to pick up from where we left off. They obviously the club wants us to be here in Madison, so we'll be around each other. Yeah. So I think it's just like we talked about previous, is getting creative with whatever we can do. A majority of the guys, like we'll hit each other up every day and be like, yo, you guys want to, go work out? Or it's usually groups of 2 or 3 guys where, we're just filtering in and out. Like yesterday, Louis, were you in yesterday? Did you come yesterday? No. Philip was downstairs yesterday. And then Eli with Gustavo and Paulo were downstairs yesterday. So it's things have changed obviously because of what's going on, but I don't think that obviously the not being on the field definitely hurts us a little bit, but I think we all love the game enough to be able to take care of things on our own or with like you're saying, small groups of people. So I think it'll be only a matter of time. I know everyone's itching to get back. I am too. So
Logan, I think an important thing for especially us to not forget, and obviously the club and the fans, is that we had a 5-game preseason already. It obviously got cut short, but I think that is a foundation for us, that we can kind of go back, almost like blueprints, that we can look back and say, okay, we've done this. We've had players this. I know that from A, B, and C through those 5 games. So yeah, it'll take some time to get back, but I don't think that was for 3-4 weeks. Will go to waste that we had down in Birmingham. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we can, take that foundation with us and continue to build on that once we are able to get back out on the pitch. There's nothing like getting out on the pitch, and there's nothing like getting the fit, game fitness. There's nothing, tactics, this and that. But
It's hard to replicate that game fitness in the apartments.
It's definitely more so baby steps in the apartment instead of striding forward. But that's what it takes while we're here. That's what it takes. But I think knowing that we have had that good foundation of a preseason, getting back into it, obviously, we'll have probably a few weeks, but we'll take that with us, and be thankful that we were able to get at least those 5 games against good opponents.
For sure.
We were a week away from playing Marquette. That would have been fun.
That would have been.
I know. I was planning on going to that too, so I was kind of like upset. I was like, but
yeah, that would have been a lot of fun. Although I don't know, depending the
we'll
outcome.
probably end up playing them again sometime. I mean,
that would have been tomorrow, actually.
Yeah.
it would have been tomorrow.
Depending on the outcome and the result, I don't know if I would have had dinner after the game. Or what the
you would have had to fix the game.
Yeah. No, that would have been fun, but it's it like everyone kind of knows, it's hitting all the soccer world and the communities that come with it, which are as important as the players. So this is affecting you guys and the flock as well, which which you guys are so important to us, and it's just it goes both ways. A lot of people are affected by this, but
at this point it's become bigger than the game.
Yeah, big time.
So we're just all trying to be as safe as possible and
Exactly.
see this thing through together. So doing things like this is really cool because we get to interact with everybody and keep in touch and keep tabs on you guys and see how you guys are doing and making sure you guys are staying healthy and safe, and you guys can make sure that we're doing the same over here as well. So this is a great interactive tool to be able to kind of say what's up and, hey, how you doing? We're doing well, and we're staying safe, and we're getting after it, and we're ready to get back into things as soon as we can.
Awesome.
I have a question for Andrew and Akuba, actually. So you two are more connected with the community side of things. What's your sense right now of the Madison community in being engaged in the need with everything going on? Are you working with people? Are you hearing needs from the community?
Yeah, we're I'm in touch with, since Andrew's kind of the leader of the flock, we're in touch pretty much constantly throughout the day. So we're always sharing kind of, any city. We've kind of picked out a few different things that we can support and kind of amplify around the city message. So I know there's some flock members who work for the city of Madison and are in contact with the mayor. So, kind of any messaging that they would like us to kind of help promote, we do as much as we can, since, we're lucky to have a pretty engaged group locally here. So, amplifying public health messages, where kids can get food, kids that are, missing meals because they're not able to go to school. Anything else, kind of River Food Pantry is another organization we're helping, making a list of restaurants that locally people can still support, even if they're closed, with pickup and takeout. So yeah, I think that's kind of a big thing. Andrew, I don't know if there's anything you want to add onto that.
Yeah, right now, I I think the biggest need that we've heard locally is that kids are out of school, and a lot of the kids that rely on the local school system to eat meals, like get proper nutrition, just isn't there right now. So like Kuba said, we've been collecting funds for River Food Pantry, and we actually have them like a donate link on the Flock's website right now. So that allows it, I guess, is kind of like if you click through on our donate page, there's a monthly section, which normally we reserve for like our monthly charity that we do 50-50 raffles for at pre-games and tailgates and stuff like that. But right now it's set aside for this emergency relief fund that the River's doing. They have people, I guess, during open hours, like lining up down the block, waiting for these boxes that are being provided. So we've been trying to touch base with them daily. Amanda and Grant, our charity and outreach committee chairs, have been communicating with them daily, trying to find out what stuff they have the most need for. But yeah, it's that, and it's people that are out of work that are part of the food service industry. That's another industry that's really taking a big hit right now, and there probably are a lot of restaurants. It's not just a Madison thing, it's everywhere. But I know, like, I've already heard from people that work at restaurants downtown that they're not sure that they'll actually, these places, a lot of them won't be even open after this is over with, just because they're taking such a financial hit right now. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of things you can look up online. There's like different tip jar like websites that people have created that allow you to like tip out food service professionals that live in your city, whether you're in Orlando or Milwaukee or Madison. Ways for us to help keep those folks afloat, because I think that there's this whole section of professionals that largely are sort of unappreciated until stuff like this comes up, and then we rely on them, people like delivery drivers for food services, and people that are still working the grills at restaurants that can't even have diners eat in right now. So I guess that would be the biggest thing I would say is like doing takeout, doing like ordering stuff for delivery or takeaway, especially Asian restaurants, because they're hardest hit right now, I think, out of a lot of them. Spend your money there if you've got money. Use the delivery services, tip those people well because they're working overtime right now. But yeah, I mean, you can look anywhere on social media and you'll find ways to like give back to the community, especially for folks that are out of work right now.
Are there restaurants in free kids?
You're pretty choppy, David. You want to throw that in the chat and I can repeat it. Yeah, if folks want to donate, especially to the River Food Pantry, if you go to fwdflock.com/donate, there's a link there that allows you to donate, and it's completely tax deductible, so you can write it off on your 2020 taxes. I think a lot of people are hurting right now, so I totally understand if people can't donate. If you have things like peanut butter and dry cereal that isn't super sugary, a lot of the food pantries are actually organizing pickups for people. They'll actually come to your house and pick stuff up. So awesome. That's an option for people too. Otherwise, like, I think the most important thing that we can do right now is actually follow the CDC's guidelines, stay home whenever possible, wash your hands a lot. David, you probably know more than most right now, being a physician, that this stuff is like, this isn't a game. This isn't just something that's going to blow over quickly. We all have a part to play.
Yeah, that's right. It's also nice for us. We appreciate the guys' team being so active in terms of, coming on and doing these chats. We got a bunch more stuff we're going to have lined up with the guys for the next few weeks that we're just kind of working on planning out. So hopefully just something to get people's minds off. I know it gets tiring to kind of endlessly scroll Twitter and kind of delve deep into a black hole, but so it's always nice to kind of have these things to recenter and kind of think about better days at Bree Stevens Field sometime in the future.
Yeah. And And yeah, David had a question of, are there restaurants in Madison giving free meals to kids? They're seeing that a lot in Orlando to make sure that free and reduced lunch kids get fed. I know that River Food Pantry is doing that, not restaurant, but YWCA is doing that as well. There are a lot of resources for people right now. Depending on what time of day people show up to get stuff like that, it can be kind of dicey. So I would recommend, if people are interested in hitting up those resources, to call ahead first.
Yeah. I know that I heard that a lot of places are doing free delivery to get that out there. And then kind of like what you touched upon, you know, I think especially for those places that do free delivery, is that, you know, you have the opportunity to tip out like you went to the restaurant. You know, if you go to the restaurant typically every Thursday or Tuesday for Taco Tuesday, you're going to spend that anyway. So, you know, it's important that people are, you know, sticking their neck out to, you know, obviously keep their business going and, you know, give up people an incentive to get food and get it delivered. So, you know, like you were saying before, let's have their back and kind of, you know, push everyone along.
I would say too, you know, all of us on this group chat right now, we're all pretty young. Like, we should be checking in with our parents. If you have neighbors that are older, make sure you're checking with them, make sure they have enough food, make sure they have their medicines. A lot of people, like, I mean, there's not a whole lot of like pharmaceutical delivery services, right? So like, if folks that are like 60 years and older, make sure you're asking them, especially if you're neighbors with them. Also, there's a local paratransit company in Madison called Transit Solutions. They're offering free rides for people 60 and older, or people with disabilities, from grocery stores and all food pantries, as well as to pharmacies, to make sure that folks are getting the stuff that they need. So you can hit up the Flock Twitter account if you have questions about that. But that, I would stress that really hard right now, is check in on your parents, check in on older neighbors that you have to make sure they're doing okay.
Yeah. To slightly change that, I have a question kind of for everyone in the chat. Is obviously now that all live sports and everything are on hold, you know, what are some, I know some of you guys have kids, some of you guys don't. What are you guys doing when you're get off work, or, you know, done for the day? What are you guys doing to kind of keep the mind sharp, or, you know, something that you enjoy, if it's a board game, or it's I don't know if you guys still do Legos, or
like if it's Catan or something,
or Catan, yeah, Catan, or whatever. You know, I'm interested to what you guys do when you're not banging on the drums and singing in the flock end.
I don't know. I've been trying to fill some of my like sports shaped hole in my life right now by trying to get groups together to watch like old games, old matches. So been watching some old NFL playoffs, watching old FA Cup final, stuff like that, just to, you know, comment on it live and just kind of feel like sports is still going on a little bit. And then just hitting up some old friend groups from back in college and high school and stuff, and getting some of these video chats and trying to get games you can kind of do remote. That's
cool.
Live sports betting on replay games.
Back to the future.
Yeah. I would say like the biggest thing is like, we're just trying to, in my home, like my wife and I were just trying to like disconnect from like social media, like for like a couple hours a night, you know, because it's like, it's easy at home, just like scroll through Twitter or like Facebook, and like it's just like a whole bunch of fear out right now. And then, you know, because everyone's online, because everyone's at home doing the same thing, so it's really easy to spend like hours, and it just like, you know, it's good to kind of disconnect, especially if like, you know, I have to do work on like a computer all day, or, you know, I'm on my phone all day. So it's, you know, that disconnect time is really, really good. So reading a book, you know, doing stuff like that.
I feel you on that. Carl Schneider and I actually took a hiatus from Instagram. We did it a few weeks ago. I know. Kuba,
you're back on it now, bro.
Kuba had some words. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You just did the stay home challenge, bro. Other people.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
but
back
I
on.
could be on Instagram but not have like.
Oh, because they didn't tag you in the
Yeah, I
thing
don't have.
yesterday.
I don't have a tag.
Oh, you actually got rid of it.
Yes, that's
Oh,
what I'm
dang.
saying. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say, Woj.
Sorry.
Thanks for. Is that I feel you on that, and like I said, I think what Carl and I were both chatting before we decided to take a little bit is the constant, we're just scrolling, and especially now when everyone's kind of doing that, making sure the time is allocated to the right, not the wrong things. Not that Forward Madison's social media account is the wrong thing. That is the right thing to be swiping. I got you, Kuba.
Well, if anybody is looking for another good board game to play, obviously, in addition to Catan, I highly recommend Pandemic. Pandemic on the Brink. It's a solid choice. I mean, it was a good game before the whole coronavirus thing, but you work together to essentially eradicate disease spreading throughout the world. Check it out.
Interesting.
We had a chat from David Magnus. Dave says, my kids are 5 and 3, so they take up a lot of my time in between work. My phone is always ringing with work stuff, but I also play saxophone, guitar, piano, bass. So I try to play a little bit to clear the mind. It's great. I love collaborative games. If you guys didn't hear, David wrote a song last year about Ryan Coulter, the Irish goalkeeper. So we have to bump that up again on social media. It's pretty good.
Definitely.
It's a lot of instruments, man. If you had the choice, which one would you want to play?
David, if you can hear me, I used to play, you won't believe it, I used to play the stand-up bass from 4th grade to sophomore year of high school. Okay, and then my brother's a big musician. He does music full time, but he's a bass guitar player. I'm trying, and I want to flip it. Boom, electric bass.
Electric bass.
I want to, and I'm looking for a place in Madison to kind of see where I can find one, because I know on the YouTube now that you can kind of do anything. And I know my brother had said he would help, but that is definitely something that interests me and something that I like to do when I'm not.
David has a stand-up electric bass.
You have a stand-up? Oh wow, that's pretty intense.
So
that's pretty sweet too.
Yeah, it's a lot of instruments.
Woj plays guitar.
Yeah, I've got one downstairs. It's been a minute since I've played, but
what are you playing yesterday? Some Metallica?
I was
you play a little bit
of everything, to be honest. I don't have like a favorite. I just basically, so how it ended up all happening was when I got my first contract out in Finland, I had too much time on my hands. So one of my teammates had this old guitar laying around. So I was like, you know what? I used to play percussion when I was in grade school. And I was like, I'm just going to give this a try. So I ended up picking it up and then just kind of like learning it on my own, pretty much like a YouTube type of thing. And now 5 or 6 years later, it's not great, but I can do the basics and get some songs, sing some songs. So I think for the talent show, whenever we have that, that's probably what'll be my go-to. Unless you can play the electric bass.
No, I'm not playing the electric bass for that. Damn, well.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully, I can play a song for you guys soon.
David, sounds like you're a busy man, so definitely appreciate you coming out today, especially knowing now that you have young kids and, like I said before, kind of everyone does. What else we got?
Awesome. Well,
what about Andrew? Come on, I wanna know about you.
Okay.
You're still singing the songs, huh? Your house singing the songs.
Yeah. It's weird that when the season's going, like I find myself humming them a lot wherever I am. We try to make our songs and chants like super catchy, so they're really easy for people to grab a hold of, because a lot of the crew that comes to our games, a lot of them are brand new to being like fans of soccer, and especially like going to live games. Like Madison wasn't really, we're still working on it, but Madison wasn't really a soccer town before this club came here.
Uh,
There's a lot of youth players, but there's not, and there's a lot of people that play like indoor and like outdoor rec sessions and stuff. But as far as actually being like fans of the game to where they would like actually go out of their way to go to a match, there wasn't a lot of that. But so we just try to make them catchy so people can learn them really quick. As far as stuff I do outside of work, man, like I get home, I walk my dog usually. I do most of the cooking in our house, so I spend most of my evenings taking care of my dog and cooking, and over the last year working on design stuff for Flock merch and stickers and other stuff like that. But
your dish.
what's up?
You got a signature dish at home?
I mean, I like a lot of different stuff, but I go through periods where I make a lot of the same thing over and over again. Food, like if it was just me cooking for myself, I would probably eat the same thing at every single meal every day. But I like cooking for other people. I like making pizza. I like grilling outside. Like I'm pretty simple when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like the types of dishes that I do. I'm no Connor Tobin cooking up in a test kitchen. Not all of us have access to test kitchens like professional athletes do. But no, I have a lot of friends that work in the service industry. So when I was sort of earlier, like my early 20s, I watched a lot of them, like a lot of my roommates cooked. And so I picked up a lot of stuff from them. But yeah, man, I like cooking pasta. I like cooking a lot of veggies and stuff like that. Yeah, life's pretty boring when the soccer season's not around.
Yeah.
Just chatting with Cuba all day. That's pretty much it.
Not boring.
That's not boring. We're interacting with Las Vegas Lights mascot right now. Have you seen this thing? It's see if I can find it. It's like Cash, the punk rock soccer guy. I can't even remember. It's ridiculous.
I mean, everything about the Lights is ridiculous, right?
Yeah, this guy's name is Cash the Soccer Rocker. And it's got like, I think it's supposed to look like Elvis, like Vegas style Elvis, but it's got like chest hair on the actual mascot costume. I'll post the link to it. There you go. You can see it in the chat. But there's something amazing about the way that we've done soccer culture in America, and I love when clubs have ridiculous mascots like this.
Got nothing on Bessie though.
Well, yeah. Who does really?
Love that.
Had the cow.
The cow.
I haven't met our mascot yet.
And last year I was at an appearance and I was petting her because they had a mini petting zoo.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden I looked away to like say something. I don't know if it was Takuba or someone. And then the next thing I know, the cow, Bessie, had put from a fifth all the way to my elbow in her mouth.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But luckily she didn't have any teeth because then I wouldn't have an arm.
Dang.
She's like doubled in size now, Lou. She's
Oh my God.
1,300 pounds.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm excited to meet her.
She's a big girl.
She's harmless until she's harmful.
All right. Question for everyone here, because I know I think I've asked Kuba this, but since Stanley was in from The Office last year, do you guys have a favorite from The Office cast that you would like to have visit this year? Hopefully, fingers crossed, for any of the games for us this year. If you guys do watch The Office, I don't know if you guys do watch it, do or don't, but
I would say hands down Creed.
Creed.
Hands down Creed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Creed. All right, we got Creed. That's the first I hear. Creed.
Oh, yeah.
No Dwight? Any Dwight fans?
Apparently, so Rainn Wilson, like this a couple of years ago, was making fun of soccer, like in the World Cup on Twitter. I think it'd be hilarious to have him come out just for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a little insider on those guys. Kevin, we were trying to get. We wanted to do chili night. So we were going to do. You get your ticket, your bowl of chili, and you get to meet Kevin. Creed is also on the possibilities list, Tim.
Yes.
So maybe we
You
do
could run with the potato.
No Toby? No one's voting Toby?
We can't. Come on, Toby needs to just stay in the annex.
Yeah.
But maybe for Creed, we could do like fake driver's licenses with your ticket or something like that.
Dwight, we could, well, if rain comes, you just bring your own beat, or you give out a beat.
Beat night? Oh yeah.
Beat night.
It was crazy though. That office night last year was, I mean, that was, I think, our biggest crowd on a Wednesday night. We, 4,900 people in the stadium. It was nuts.
There were people like wrapped around the block waiting to get in.
Dude,
Not sure.
I don't know the actor's actual name, but I'm just referring to him as Stanley. But I thought, Kuba, were you saying that he's from Wisconsin, or he's from somewhere around here?
Yeah, he's from Chicago. So he had his best friend from like growing up lives in Madison. So he had some personal friends that came out for the game as well. So
Nice.
pretty cool. He was kind of familiar with the area, and I think he'd been to Madison a few times.
I didn't know he was from Chicago. That's interesting. Learn something new every day.
Yeah, I got it signed.
From
Awesome. Well, guys, we're kind of hitting the hour mark here. I think we can kind of wrap it up. Big thanks to Wojtek and Louis. Amazing for you guys to take out, so much time this morning and have a cup of Wake the Flock Up.
2 cups.
Buddy. Yes, perfect. And all the guys that joined us today, thank you so much. Hit us up on social media if you have anything else. Guys are around, obviously, at home as well, so I'm sure they'd answer your tweets and
Episode
Instagrams.
1 of 15. Is that what it is? Is that what the plan is?
Mm-hmm.
Kuba, I got one quick question. I think everyone can answer it quick. I know, like you said, we got some things coming in the work for you guys. That'll be a good surprise. A little different format than this, but it'll be good. My question is to you guys, what would you like to see, or is there anything that you would like to, kind of experience either through this Zoom or through social that you guys want to see in particular? It can be quick. It can be any ideas. Any ideas are obviously for Forward Madison, not too crazy.
Yeah, Kuba, we sent you over a list of some stuff yesterday, right?
Yeah, some were more acceptable than others, but
Yeah, well, hey, Woj isn't putting on that polar speedo.
Oh,
Yeah.
that might be necessary for the Purell.
Somebody suggested Purell wrestling was one of them. Let's see, we had a steel cage match, but we didn't think that was CDC compliant, so that got shot down pretty quick. We thought one of the ones I thought would be kind of fun, but this obviously takes some technical work of doing player commentary on highlights of last year's games, and maybe have one new person pair up with someone that was in the squad last year, and just kind of do fun back and forth doing commentary on some of the tackles and goals and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys are all into food, and there's quite a variety, and that's kind of your culture and mixing of the team, especially right now. I think you guys maybe should do something with recipes, or if you're either cooking something or something around that.
cook-off.
Yeah, definitely.
Full mango cook-off.
Yeah.
Instagram Live.
Don Smart's kitchen nightmare.
Tom Smart.
How about a chopped challenge?
There you go.
That'd be good too.
Or we could make it like a pastries type of situation. We could do a cake roast, cupcake roast.
You can make pastry.
Daily cooking challenge and see who does the best.
I don't know. I mean, I can't either,
No,
but
we
actually, I'm always up for giving it a try for sure.
Get that.
You got to try sometime, I guess. Yes, David, is that David back online?
Yeah, I think I'm the only one on Zoom right now. I'm on my network.
So yeah, We will get those autographs as soon as we can, man, for sure. Good morning. Look at
Say
all the.
hi.
Wow,
Hello.
look at all these people. Hi.
Good
How are
morning,
you?
Welcome.
All of you.
Good.
This is my wife, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Louis.
Boy.
Morning.
Good morning. Okay, all of you.
Okay.
John, you got any ideas?
When we came to give the contract to Eli, my wife Laura was the one who was filming the video that we shot. So she wasn't really in it, but she was there in spirit.
Okay.
Behind the scenes. I was thinking like keep the competitive juices flowing, get a little soccer. If we could get some FIFA matches going, either between the guys or people who want to jump in and challenge or something like that.
A FIFA tournament.
Yeah, we could definitely get that going.
That'd be kind of cool.
Karaoke sing off.
Sing. That one we might have to just wait for the talent show, to be honest.
Talent show.
I have to do the virtual talent show.
Virtual talent show.
Well, all right, guys. But yeah, shoot us any more ideas online, and we'll
Yeah,
keep
definitely.
you guys busy.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Yeah,
Cool.
no,
All right,
Yes, thanks for
Cheers,
joining.
Bob.
bro, stay safe.
Stay safe, everybody.
Thanks for doing this, guys. Everybody wash your hands and don't go near anybody.
stay tuned, 'cause I know we're going to
All right, see y'all.
do more of these during the week. So we'll see you guys soon. And